Bienvenue à notre vidéo de practice pour cette semaine. Welcome to our practice video for this week. We're going to do a dialogue. We're going to listen to the dialogue first. Then we'll break it down together, sentence by sentence. Then after that, you'll have the opportunity to repeat the conversation sentence by sentence after me. And then I encourage you to go back and listen to the dialogue again, several times if you need to, until you feel like you understand the conversation in real time. Let's get started.
Bonjour Pierre, comment ça va?
Ça va. Et vous?
Oh, je ne peux pas me plaindre. Les affaires sont bonnes. Et vous? Ça marche?
C'est un peu calme en ce moment. J'ai rien vendu pendant le mois de juillet. Et maintenant, c'est le début du mois d'août. Tout le monde est en vacances.
Bah oui. Moi aussi, je pars demain avec ma femme. On va sur la côte.
Comment elle va, votre femme?
Très bien, elle a hâte de partir. Elle adore la plage avec un bon bouquin. En plus, on y va dans ma nouvelle décapotable. Elle est toute neuve. C'est la première fois que je la conduis sur l'autoroute.
Ne me parlez pas de voiture. Ma voiture est tombée en panne. Je dois prendre le métro tous les jours.
Ah oui? C'est pas marrant. Et votre femme? Elle va bien?
Bah, je ne sais pas vraiment. Elle m'a quitté, il y a 6 mois.
Dites donc, mon vieux, vous n'avez pas de chance en ce moment. Il faut garder le moral. Ça va s'arranger.
Oui, je sais pas. Mon horoscope n'est pas très bon.
Bon, bah, ça m'a fait plaisir de vous voir. À la prochaine.
Oui, à plus.
Okay, so now we're going to look at this dialogue one sentence at a time and kind of dig into it and see what we can learn. So, bonjour Pierre, comment ça va? Nothing hard here. Comment ça va is how are you? Comment is how? Ça va et vous? I'm doing well. Ça va, it's going. Remember that va is the verb aller. In French, we say it's going well, not I'm doing well, but I'm going well. Et vous, and you. Now, there are three ways to answer the comment ça va question if everything is going well. Ça va bien, or ça va très bien. Of course, ça va is it's going. Ça va bien, it's going well. Ça va très bien, it's going very well. Now, asking comment ça va and answering ça va or ça va bien is not necessarily an opening for a long conversation about how you're doing and what's going on in your life. It's also a very polite way to interact when you first see somebody. Oh, je ne peux pas me plaindre. Oh, I can't complain. So, se plaindre is to complain. Je me plains, tu te plains, il se plaint. So, it's always reflexive. So, we always use the pronoun me or you in front of the verb. Les affaires sont bonnes. Business is good. Les affaires is business. It's always plural when we talk about business. And it can also mean the belongings, the stuff. So, for example, nos affaires sont dans la valise. Our belongings are in the suitcase. Our stuff or our clothes are in the suitcase. Et vous, and you, ça marche? It's going well. So we learn the verb marcher, which is the verb to walk, but it can also mean when something works, something is functioning properly. So ça marche means it's working, it's functioning properly, it works. So we could be talking about maybe some electrical equipment, some electronics, a TV, or life in general. C'est un peu calme en ce moment. It's a little slow right now. Un peu is a little. We've used that one before. Calme, we've already studied that one also before. It's calm, quiet. Can be peaceful as well. And then en ce moment, in this moment, so right now. J'ai rien vendu pendant le mois de juillet. I did not sell anything during the month of July. J'ai rien vendu. So this is a part of the sentence that is, in theory, not exactly good grammar, good French. Okay, but of course, when we speak French, we don't necessarily speak it like it's written in books. So, j'ai rien vendu is short for je n'ai rien vendu, which is the full negative, which is really the way you would write it. Je n'ai rien vendu. But since we're having a casual conversation, we're not putting the N apostrophe in front of the E. So it's j'ai rien vendu. And it's the passé composé that we've studied with the auxiliary avoir and the past participle vendu for the verb vendre. Rien means nothing. Okay? So I did not sell anything. Pendant is during. We learned that one in the grammar lesson. During. Le mois de juillet, the month of July. Le mois de juillet. Okay? De juillet, of July. Et maintenant, c'est le début du mois d'août. And now it's the beginning of August. So, et maintenant is and now. Maintenant is now. C'est le début. Le début is the beginning. Et maintenant, c'est le début du mois d'août. And now it's the beginning of August. So notice that August, août, is spelled without a capital letter. Okay? Months of the year do not require a capital letter in French. It's spelled A-O-U, but it's pronounced OU, just like it was OU, le mois d'août. And the accent circonflexe on the U probably comes from the S that was dropped at some point from the S of August. So let's look at the sentence. Et maintenant, and now. Okay, maintenant is now. C'est le début, it's the beginning. Le début is the beginning. Du mois d'août, of the month of August. So of course we do not say de le mois d'août, of the month of August, because just like with the articles, when we have de le, we say du. So du mois d'août, because it's masculine, un mois, and it does not start with a vowel. If it did, we would say de la, but since it's masculine, we say du. Tout le monde est en vacances. Tout le monde is the whole world. Tout is all, so all the world, which means everybody. It would be translated as everybody. Tout le monde est en vacances. En, in this case, means on vacation. We saw in the grammar lesson that's one possible use of the preposition en. Bah oui, of course, bah is not a French word, okay? I just put that in there because it is a sound that people make when they're talking, but it doesn't mean that it's a French word. It's just a sound like or, you know, that, although it's not a word we use a lot. So, bah, kind of like oh. Bah oui, oh yes. Moi aussi is me too. Je pars demain, I leave tomorrow. Demain is tomorrow. Je pars is the verb partir. Avec ma femme, with my wife. Avec is with. On va sur la côte. So what he's saying is we're going to the Côte d'Azur. La côte, it's implied, it means the coast, but here it's capitalized because we are talking about a specific coast, and it's the Côte d'Azur, also called the French Riviera, which is a major destination of vacation for French people and European people as well. It's very busy during the summer, and since French people have at least 1 month of vacation, they usually take either the month of July or the month of August and go sur la côte or somewhere else, but a lot of them go sur la côte. So that's why in Paris, if you go to Paris during the month of August, you will actually not see many Parisians because they're all out. Comment elle va, votre femme? How is she doing? How is she going? Your wife. So the proper way would really be to say comment va-t-elle? Comment va-t-elle? Comment is how, we saw that earlier. And the reason we put a T after va from the verb aller is again to avoid two vowel sounds following each other. But it's also very correct and proper to say comment elle va. Très bien, very good. Elle a hâte de partir. Elle a hâte is she can't wait, she's impatient. Think of the word haste, hasty. Avoir hâte, to be impatient, to look forward to. De partir, to leave, to go. Okay? She can't wait to leave. Elle adore la plage. She adores, but really she loves. She loves the beach. Avec un bon bouquin, so avec is with. Un bon bouquin is a book, okay? The most commonly used word is un livre, but many people will use un bouquin. En plus, on y va dans ma nouvelle décapotable. En plus is on top of that, in addition. En plus. On y va, we are going there. Remember that on can be used as we. So on y va, the I is placed before the verb. On y va, we are going there. Dans ma nouvelle décapotable. So dans is in, ma we know is my. It's not mon, it's ma because une décapotable is feminine. It's a car, okay? Ma nouvelle, my new décapotable. Nouvelle is placed before the noun because it's referring to age, time. It's one of the adjectives that is part of the bags, okay? And we saw in the lesson on adjectives. Une décapotable is a convertible, okay? It comes from the word une capote, which is a hood, okay? So une décapotable is a car where you can remove the hood. Elle est toute neuve. It's brand new. All new. C'est la première fois que je la conduis sur l'autoroute. C'est la première fois. It's the first time. La fois is the time. La première fois is the first time. Que je la conduis. That I drive it. Here, it is la because it refers to the car, and the car is feminine. So we're going to have a lesson on grammar just on that in the position of it. The different ways we can say it in French and how it's placed in the sentence. Que je la conduis sur l'autoroute. Sur, of course, is on. L'autoroute, the highway. L'autoroute is feminine. Ne me parlez pas de voiture. So here we have the negative, ne pas, placed before and after the verb. So do not talk to me of cars, about cars. Okay. Me refers to me and it's placed before the verb. Ne me parlez pas de voiture. Don't talk to me about cars. Ma voiture est tombée en panne. So here we have the passé composé, the past tense. We notice that the past participle tomber agrees with the subject of the sentence. Ma voiture, my car, so it takes an E at the end. So my car fell en panne, which is broken down. Je dois prendre le métro tous les jours. I must take the subway every day. Je dois prendre, devoir, the verb devoir, to have to or to need to. Et devoir prendre is to have to take. Je dois prendre le métro, which is the subway of course, tous les jours, every day. Je dois prendre le métro tous les jours. Tous les jours, all the days. and we notice that to agrees with the days. Okay? To takes an S. If we're talking about tous les jours, if we're talking about tout le monde, the whole world, which is a common expression to say everybody, then since le monde is singular, there's only one word, then tout is T-O-U-T. If we're talking about tous les jours, several days, then it takes an S, every day. Je dois prendre le métro tous les jours. Must take the subway every day. Ah oui? Oh really? C'est pas marrant. That's not fun. Marrant is fun. And of course, c'est pas is that's not. We could say ce n'est pas marrant, which would actually be grammatically more correct. In conversations, we say c'est pas marrant, just because it's shorter, quicker. Just like very often, instead of saying ce n'est rien, it's nothing, we say c'est rien. Okay? We do not use the negative before the verb être. Et votre femme, elle va bien? And your wife, she's doing well? So here we're saying, we're not using est-ce que, we're just using elle va bien and turning it into a question with the intonation. And of course, adding a question mark at the end of the sentence. So, is she going well? Is she doing well? Bah, je sais pas vraiment. So again, bah is not a word. Please do not ever write bah in a letter or anything else. It's just not a word. It's just a sound. Je sais pas vraiment. I don't really know. And here again, we could have said je ne sais pas vraiment. But in conversations, we very often say je sais pas vraiment. And of course, vraiment is the adverb really. Bah, je sais pas vraiment. Well, I don't really know. Elle m'a quitté il y a 6 mois. Elle m'a quitté. That's the passé composé with the past participle quitter for the verb quitter. We can see that the verb avoir is the auxiliary, so it's the past tense. She left me, elle m'a quitté. The M apostrophe is me abbreviated because it's followed by a vowel, and it's me, of course. It's placed before the verb. Elle m'a quitté. Il y a, it's been, 6 mois, 6 months. So, il y a can mean there is or it has been. Okay? Il y a. So, obviously, this guy is not very lucky. Dites donc, mon vieux. So, dites donc is an expression, okay? There's no real exact translation for it. So, but it could be translated by tell me. Dites donc, mon vieux. Mon vieux is my old one. So, I guess we could translate it by old friends, old friend. This is something you would say to somebody when you want to show that you're close. So like maybe buddy. You would say buddy in English. It does not necessarily mean that they're old friends. It's just that he's being nice and trying to create a bond, I guess. Dis donc, mon vieux. Vous n'avez pas de chance en ce moment. You don't have any luck right now. Vous n'avez pas de chance. You don't have any luck. So here the verb avoir with the negative ne pas. De chance. En ce moment, again, in this moment, right now. Il faut garder le moral. So we've studied il faut before. It means one must or you must. Falloir, the verb falloir, which means we have to, we need to. Il faut garder le moral. Garder is the verb to keep. We conjugated that verb today in the present tense. Il faut garder le moral. Le moral is hope, a high spirit. Ça va s'arranger. It's going to get better. Ça va s'arranger. So va is the verb to go. S'arranger comes from the verb arranger, which means to fix up, to arrange. And as a reflexive verb, s'arranger means to come to an agreement, to work itself out, or to improve. So let's look at some examples. J'ai arrangé les meubles dans la pièce. I arranged the furniture in the room. J'ai arrangé les meubles dans la pièce. On s'est arrangé. We came to an agreement. On s'est arrangé. We worked things out. On s'est arrangé. Les choses s'arrangent. So here it's reflexive again. And that means things are improving. Les choses are things. Things are improving. Oui, je sais pas. Yes, I don't know. Here again, the negative is abbreviated. We're not saying je ne sais pas, we're just saying je sais pas. Mon horoscope n'est pas très bon. My horoscope is not very good. Okay? N'est pas très bon. Très bon is very good. So here, the man realizes that he's talking to a very depressed and unlucky person, so he wants to kind of end the conversation and move on. So he says, bon, bah, okay, well, ça m'a fait plaisir de vous voir. It was a pleasure to see you. Faire plaisir is to please someone. Okay? So, ça m'a fait plaisir. It pleased me. It was a pleasure. Ça is it. Me is the short for me. It's abbreviated here. Ça m'a fait plaisir, pleasure, de vous voir, to see you. À la prochaine, which is short for à la prochaine fois. See you next time. À la prochaine. Very common expression when you're leaving somebody. À la prochaine. Oui, à plus. Yes, see you later. À plus. It's short for à plus tard, which is the real translation for see you later. Okay, so now we're ready for the repeat after me. Well, you're going to repeat the dialogue, the conversation after me. So I will meet you in the next module, the next video. À tout de suite. See you in a flash. See you in a minute.